going on, YouTubers? My name is Robert Serrano Jr., natural born driller. Welcome everyone to WWE 205 Review, the show from January 2nd. I'm going to start off with the whole new year. So, a few things to talk about live. I'm about to get to it once I get to it. Before I do, let me just do something here first. Okay, here we go. Yeah, this is the type of let's go with that special effects. So let's get to 205 Live. About this show. It was a two match show, and both matches ended up being way too long, which was good. I enjoyed both of the matches. What was my favorite match? I'll get to it when I get to it. Basically, what based on the finish of the match. I'll get to it. By the way, I just want to say, sorry for the late review for 205 Live, and unfortunately there'll be no NXT review because NXT review for this. I mean, for WWE NXT for this week, they don't have a new episode for NXT. It's just the best of 2018. It's something that they do every year. So don't expect any NXT reviews this week. But you will be expecting NXT UK reviews though, which you'll get that later on. During the day, if I have time, because I got somewhere to go on in the morning. So, but let's just get to this. So the opening match was Kalisto along with the Lucha House Party, Lindsay Dorado and Grand Metalik coming out in support for Kalisto going up against Leo Rush, where the winner of this match will be part of the Fatal 4-Way match along with Buddy Murphy for the WWE Cruiserweight Championship at the Royal Rumble. It's not say when it's going to be taking place either on the main show or on the pre-show of the Royal Rumble, but we'll see what they do with it. But as far as the match was, pretty damn good. It was about counter after counter, finish at spot to spot. Leo Rush being the heel as always, and Kalisto is becoming the is being the underdog against Leo Rush and all that. So the finish of the match is what pissed me off about this match. It was a good match until the end of the match. So Leo Rush was going for his finishing move, the final hour, and then you got Lucha House Party, playing with their racket things. I keep forgetting what it's called, you know, and this distracted Leo Rush. And Leo Rush was not paying attention to his opponent Kalisto, and right there I was like, yep, he's gonna lose. I knew that right there. I knew right there point on that Leo Rush was gonna lose. He was not gonna go to be part of the match, which is fucking bullshit. So sure enough, that's what ended up happening. Kalisto ended up winning. He got the upper hand because Leo Rush decided to pay more attention to the Lucha House Party from the outside of the ring instead of paying attention to the one member of the Lucha House Party in the ring, and that was his opponent, and that cost him. So Kalisto went for the Sleeve Del Cell and got the win, and I am not fucking happy with that. I'm not happy that Kalisto won the match, and I'll get to why when I get to the main event match. But before I do, yeah, but that was that match. So then we get Drew Gulak and Gentleman Jack Gallagher discussing their match from the previous match that they had with D. Brian Kendrick and Kyoto South from their tag team street fight, that street fight match that they had back in 2018, which was a month ago. Then Caleb Braxton walks up to interview Drew Gulak about the whole thing about Drew Gulak. I'm trying to remember how she said it. Something about rookie, something like that. I don't know, or underdog. I didn't catch what was said there, but anyways, he discussed how he's a submission specialist, and he makes excuses of losing to the to D. Brian Kendrick and Akira Tozawa, along with Jack, with isn't being the heel making an excuse of you know, why he lost. So he said something about a low rent brawler. I think that's what the word was. I don't know what it was now, but basically he's calling all the low rent brawlers to Brian Kendrick and Akira Tozawa, and especially to his opponent Akira Tozawa, and says that they're gonna have a wrestling match this time that's gonna involve no weapons, and he will tap out. Basically when you step up to Drew Gulak, you will tap out. That's his catchphrase. Also, we see Akira Tozawa. He's been warmed up for his match. The Brian Kendrick is helping out with him. And we'll get to that main event once I get to a couple more things. So we get 205 Live General Manager Drake Madrick. He talks about the cruiserweights for 205 Live. Basically, it's his version of the state of the 205 Live when it pertains to the cruiserweights, and his version of shaking things up for 205 Live by bringing in new faces to 205 Live, where it pertains to showcasing the best cruiserweights wrestling in the world. And we'll see who comes up for 205 Live, where it pertains to that. So, and there you go. That was it. Nothing else to say about that. Now we get to the match. So we get Drew Gulak who came out by himself. Akira Tozawa came out by himself. It's just ended up being a 1-on-1 match, and this is why I love this match more than the match that I had that pertains to the first match with Kalisto and Leo Rush, because at least you didn't have the Lucha House Party members for Kalisto to be there at ringside. Um, what was I trying to say? I just drew a blank there, folks. My apologies. Um, Basically, I like the match with Drew Gulak versus Akira Tozawa more than I did with with Leo Rush and Kalisto, because unlike Kalisto having his groupies with him at ringside to distract Leo Rush for Leo Rush to lose the match. Drew Gulak came out to the Iron Zone. Akira Tozawa came out to Iron Zone. No D. Brian Kendrick at ringside. No Gentleman Jack Gallagher at ringside. Just a straight 1-on-1 match, and that's what it should have been from Kalisto and Leo Rush. But instead, they had to do some bullshit excuse as a distraction of why Leo Rush had to lose, which I thought was stupid when they did that. But in this main match, it was done right, and it should have been done in the first match. But anyway, so Murphy and Tony Nese watching on backstage last week between I'll get those two later. But as far as this match was, like I said, it was pretty damn good. Back and forth action. Drew Gulak was he's nothing but a mat wrestler and a submission specialist who's knocking and all that strong style. So yeah, whoever wins this match goes to the Royal Rumble. And again, doesn't mean they're gonna be at the pre-show of the Rumble or on the main show of the Rumble, where it pertains to being in this fatal 4-way Cruiserweight Championship match. Only time will tell when we get close to it. So in the end, Drew Gulak ends up costing himself by doing something that he never does, going to the top rope to go for a superplex to Akira Tozawa, and because of that, he's all about no fly zone. Akira Tozawa took advantage of that, and Drew Gulak lost his balance. He got pushed up by Akira Tozawa. Akira Tozawa went for his avalanche senton onto Drew Gulak, and so Akira Tozawa wins the match. And what I'll get about this one though, you just had Kalisto winning the match, and then you had Akira Tozawa winning the match. You had two baby faces winning this match to qualify to the Fatal 4-Way match for the Cruiserweight Championship at the Royal Rumble. I don't understand why Leo Rush couldn't be the one to win the match. But then, also we get to before I get to that, also we get D. Brian Kendrick coming out to attend to Akira Tozawa, for to celebrate along with him of his victory. And then we also see Buddy Murphy and Tony's. They after finished watching the match, they were like, this guy, basically like he's not like he ain't gonna win or something like that. Basically, that's their way of pulling down Akira Tozawa. So also let me get to a segment to end the show. We get Cedric Alexander talking about how Hideo Itami, which is that's gonna be the match for next week. One more match to go. Basically, you already have Buddy Murphy, who already qualifies because he's a Cruiserweight champion. You got Kalisto, who qualified by beating Leo Rush because the Lucha House Party was a distraction. And then you got Akira Tozawa, who got the win over Drew Gulak to qualify. And now you got one more person to add to the Fatal 4-Way match, and that it will either be between Cedric Alexander or Hideo Itami. Basically, Cedric Alexander cuts a promo. He says that Hideo Itami doesn't intimidate him, and he's basically can't wait to wrestle him next week so that he could have a broken back. Robert tends to do the lumbar check, and he says he's going to be on his way to be Cruiserweight champion again. And then we get to Arya Davari and Hideo Itami. Basically, Arya Davari did all the talking until Hideo got some word in. But I'll get to that. Basically says that Alexander is still here. Meanwhile, basically, on 205 Live. Meanwhile, Mustafa Ali just moved up to the on SmackDown basically, and basically he left. Mustafa Ali left Cedric Alexander on 205 Live. Here he is on 205 Live. Learn a lesson in respect, and that's how the promo ends. It ends. So there you go. So yeah, it was a two match one show for WWE 205 Live for uh January 2nd, 2019. By the way, this show was recorded during 2018, but still, but whatever we can do, right? So my overall stream for this show, um, a two-match show. They're both good, but I prefer Drew Gulak versus Akira Tozawa. That match was 10 times better, in my opinion, than what they did with Leo Rush and Kalisto. And also, for pertains to Cedric Alexander and Hideo Itami, because you got two faces, basically got two faces in the match, and then you got a baby face. I'm sorry, I was trying to say two baby faces in the match so far, Kalisto, and you got a heel champion prediction at least. So we'll see how that turns out next week. So yeah, my overall stream for the show, a pretty good start. So I'm gonna go 6.5 out of 10. And there you go. And that being said, thank you all for watching. If this is your first time watching me, my name is Robert Serrano Jr., Natural Born Driller. Please subscribe to me if you haven't done so right now. If you enjoyed this review, thumbs up, thumbs down, whichever you prefer. And you all take care. You have a good night, and peace.